Good. Uh, Yo, what's happening, people? It's your boy Michael, and welcome to another episode for Juego Bonito. Um, got Eric with me today. What do you say, my guy?
What's going on, man? How have you been?
All good, man. Friday, thank God.
Yep.
Another week on. So yeah, today obviously we're gonna be talking about the UCL Final tomorrow, biggest game of the season, and we're also gonna kind of recap the end of the season for like the Prem Serie A because that ended last Sunday since the last time we recorded, and well, I think most of the awards came out, including a couple made up awards that I think they just came up with, like some improbable goal of the season or something. I don't know. They coming up with Fugazi stuff over there in England, but yeah. So UCL final. Obviously the game is between Liverpool and Real Madrid. Eric, what are your early thoughts on the game before we go more in depth about it?
My early thoughts are, before we do go in depth about it, I just think it's something very miraculous that Madrid have done, making 5 finals in 8 years. So I don't think they get enough credit for that. They're an absolute top European side, and obviously the biggest and best side in the world. But it's very interesting to see how they can achieve such achieve a feat such as that. But I'm very excited to watch the game.
Yeah. Same with me, obviously. I mean, these are two heritage clubs in a way, historic. I mean, Real Madrid are obviously the kings of Europe, and Liverpool are the most successful European team in England, of course. So also we have a rematch of the final. I think was it 4 years ago now? I think. Yeah.
Yeah, in Kiev.
Yeah, so that's obviously nice. I saw Real Madrid fans complain on Twitter like, "Oh, this is our first final in like 4 years. About time." It must be nice to be flexing like that. Just your first final in 4 years. Well, I'm sitting here wanting a Cara Bobbins cup, but regardless of that, yeah. So let's talk about the path in a way. So obviously Real Madrid in the group they pretty much dominated. I think their only loss was funnily enough to Sheriff, which is kind of hilarious at the Santiago Bernabeu. That's ironic in a way. With that, I think it was a banger goal, right? The last one, that second goal.
Yeah, it was like the last few minutes, I think.
Yeah. Other than that, they beat Inter both times, who was their main competitor, and who else was in that group? I think. Oh, Shakhtar. They also dis, uh, dispatched them pretty quickly. So easy path for them to the knockouts. And then Liverpool's group was, I think, what was supposed to be the group of death in a way with Atletico, Porto, and Milan, AC, turned into pretty comfortable for them as well. Milan kind of tanked it a little bit towards the end because they got out and they focused on Serie A, which we'll talk about later.
Which worked.
Atletico, yeah, which worked. Atletico, we're not good this year, so they didn't pose that much of a challenge. The game in Madrid was pretty good though. I think Liverpool went up 2-0, then Atletico made it 2-2 before Griezmann got a red card, which wasn't a red card. I remember that game vividly.
So why not bring it up?
Yeah. Um, and then what else? Who else? Oh, Porto. Yeah, Porto were great domestically, but they were not good European wise this year. So they dispatched them real quick. And the knockouts is kind of where the flip switch in terms of like difficult of opponent. Real Madrid arguably have had one of the toughest run-ins into a UCL final ever. They played the UCL favorites in a way. On paper, everyone was gassing PSG before the season with the signing of Messi. Then you have the front three of Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, Verratti, Ramos, Donnarumma, and then after beating them, they they beat the reigning European champions, of course, your club Chelsea, and another comeback, and then they obviously beat what most people consider the best team in the world in Manchester City in another comeback. So they've had the harder runs of the two. Um, Before we go into Liverpool's run, do you think this is like that? This is one of the greatest knockout stage runs of all time.
I actually do, yeah. Uh, I think, I mean, I hate to toot my own horn, but I do think Chelsea's last year was pretty darn good as well. But this is definitely up there, yeah. If it's if they don't win, I mean, obviously they're gonna be disappointed, but they should have their heads held up high. Absolutely.
Yeah, of course. And then Liverpool side was how they beat Ryan? They beat Inter Milan, who I think gave them their toughest challenge. In my opinion, I know Villarreal kind of made it difficult in the second leg of the semifinal, but I thought Inter played them really well, and especially in that first leg because we both watched it at the same time. We're like Inter kind of could have scored a couple goals, but their end product was terrible at the San Siro, and they beat Liverpool at Anfield. But I still think that's because Liverpool were kind of confident in their ability to just get past. But Inter gave them a good run for their money. Benfica, Liverpool's defense was not that good in that tie, but they dispatched him pretty quickly. And then Villarreal gave him a scare in Spain, but that Rulli guy is one of the worst goalkeepers I've ever seen in my life. He was making mistake after mistake after mistake. So would you call Liverpool's run? I don't want to say Mickey, but is it like? Do you think they had a favorable draw considering Bayern Munich were also knocked out by Villarreal as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this because I would say the same thing if it was Chelsea, because I would say that they beat the teams they were given and they didn't really have a choice in that. So I'm gonna say that they beat the teams they were given, and we do know how good of a team they've been domestically as well. So I'm not gonna take away any credit from them. But did they get, I guess, an easier path? They did, but that's again the teams they were given.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, like people always say, you beat the teams that are in front of you, and then you just handle your business. That's the way life goes. That's the way it goes in the sport as well. Back to Madrid. Let's go start our in-depth analysis with them. So obviously they're the La Liga champs. They've kind of been cruising with that league, like for most of the season. I want to focus on Benzema though, because he's been easily the best player in Champions League this year. That's no doubt. Do you think this is the greatest UCL campaign of all time from a single player?
Uh, I can't have a UCL campaign and greatest ever and not have Ronaldo in that sentence. So I'm gonna have to say a strong, strong second.
If he
If
wins
they
it
do win,
though, and
if they do win,
if he wins though, like let's say they win the final and he scores like a brace or a hat trick, he breaks Ronaldo's goal record for a
oh,
single
if he
season.
scores a
For a
hat trick,
single,
of course, probably
I mean, obviously everyone's like,
that'd be
I
ridiculous.
think I think the best campaign as of right now is 16-17 one, not the 13-14 one. I know the 13-14 one has the 17 goals, but I think the 16-17 was the one with the hat tricks against Bayern, back to back against Bayern Atletico, similar to the one that Benzema had against PSG and Chelsea, the back to back hat tricks. And
Right.
then Ronaldo also had the brace in the final against Juve. So let's see what Benzema does tomorrow. But it is like it is like a strong second. And to Benzema's like case, he has done it with the worst team in a way. You,
Right.
you can easily argue that because that Madrid team in 16-17 was spectacular. I think they won La Liga that year, if I believe I'm correct. Um, and then obviously won UCL, and then Copa del Rey, which they always somehow seem to struggle in. They just hate that competition. They can't win it.
Yeah.
So they almost could have done it in trouble. So that team was one of the best teams that we've ever seen. So yeah, with Benzema, we'll see. Obviously, do you think this is his toughest test yet though? Because Liverpool's defense is pretty solid, I'd say.
Yeah. I'm gonna say someone who's really underrated who is gonna be his biggest test instead of Van Dijk is Konate. I'm gonna have big eyes on Konate. I feel like he's been really, really good this season, and if he gets that starting role tomorrow, he's in the starting 11. I think it's going to be very tough for him because obviously I know he knows how Van Dijk plays, and like he knows his role in that team. But I feel like Konate is going to be a bit of a surprise.
I mean, I do expect Konate to Konate's going to start because Konate usually plays on the right hand side, which is kind of initiative side. So they're gonna want to match the speed of Vinny, because if they put Matip on there, Benzema and Vinny might run little nice 1-2s on Matip, and it might cause a mismatch. Plus Trent on that side as well, so that might be a mismatch. So obviously, like this is a much different game than the one 4 years ago, because I think Madrid were favored in that one. We'd both say that Liverpool favored in this one because they are the better team.
I would say so. Yeah.
Let's not joke around with that one. They are the better team by far. So, but like it is UCL with the heritage. Is there any also like Real Madrid? Obviously, Benzema we talked about. Vinny. These two teams also played last year in the UCL. Madrid were superior in that one again. I think it was a quarterfinal. It was the quarterfinals. And that tie was kind of decided in the first leg with Vinny versus Trent. That's kind of where people started seeing something with Vinny, because I think he scored a brace in that game. So that was kind of like his show tell signs of what he could do this year, which he's obviously gone on to put the 2020 season, which is incredible. Do you still see that mismatch tomorrow between those two?
With Vinny and Trent, absolutely, yeah, I do. There's absolutely no way that Vinicius Jr. isn't going to have a somewhat decent game, or at least be good off the ball. He's a top 5 player in the world. He's one of the best wingers in the world, and I think there's no way he doesn't make an impact. I feel like he's really ready for that big stage, and this is his time to prove it.
Yeah, I mean, he's been confident. He said he has a plan for tomorrow, so let's see. Big words, gotta live up to them. But yeah, it is going to be interesting. Another player that had a really good game last year's tie was Tony Cruz. I think he had a 2 assists, I know he had the first assist of Vinny. I don't know if he had another one, but the Tony Cruz we saw a year ago to the one we see now is, I think, a much different player. I think the decline has started for him in a way, which is sad to see because he's an all-time great midfielder. But in the UCL final, in a game this big, do you still think that Carlo will trust his trident three in
Yeah,
Cruz?
yeah, I think he has to, and so would I. But I do think around the 50 to 65 minute mark is going to be when you're able to tell if the first half is like really European finals have been. Maybe if that keeps the same, if keep word or like they're scared of who to make that big pass or that big shot first. Like after that, the first 20 minutes after the first half is going to really be a deciding factor for that when we see someone like Camavinga or Valverde come in for Cruz. Because if that tempo is still slow, Cruz isn't going to really be the person to help that.
Yeah, I mean, in the midfield, Cruz and I think that's like trusted. The question will be who starts on the right. Carlo will either go for, Valverde, or he might go for the semifinal hero Rodrigo. I'd personally probably go with Valverde and bring Rodrigo off the bench, kind of make his instant impact because I think that's probably his best role as of right now. I don't think he's good as a starter. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, Rodrigo definitely is an impact player. Yeah, off the bench.
All right, so and then the defense kind of picks itself with Mendy, Alaba, Militao, and Carvajal, and Courtois in goal. So it's pretty much the 11. Over to Liverpool side, they've had a couple of fitness issues, I think, but they gave players certain stuff to make sure that they're healthy for tomorrow. So Thiago, I think Klopp said he's 100% ready, so he might start.
He needs to be in the
How do you
top.
see? How do you how do you expect Liverpool to line up tomorrow?
I think it's going to be the basically the same team that's gotten second in the league. It's going to be the first name on the team sheet that it always has been.
So particularly in the midfield, because I think the front three will obviously be Diaz, Mane, Salah, and the defense picks itself. So the midfield, so you have Fabinho, and then the two midfield spots. Do you think it would be Thiago Henderson?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
All right. Thiago Henderson. That's gonna be funny. That's gonna be an interesting matchup. Henderson versus Modric. Good matchup. Good matchup. Not really good matchup.
It's a good reminder of 4 years ago. I mean, it's a good matchup for us. Good matchup for me.
Yes. I mean, yeah. Obviously, if anyone's listening later, obviously my bias is gonna kick in soon because I need a certain team to win and the other one to lose.
But yeah, so do I. Kind of have a streak on the line.
You have a streak. I just want to be happy. And in the attack, obviously, first at the beginning of the first half of the season was obviously it was the most solid show. He was scoring every game. He was making a case for being the best player in the world. In the second half, ever since people say his Christmas post because he's Muslim and stuff, he's been on like a slight. He's decreased like in terms of stats and stuff. His performances as well. I think his last two opening play goals are just against Man United, which is not that hard to do these days. I know who can score against them, but Mane has taken over. And this potentially might be Mane's last ever game in the Liverpool jersey, so I'm sure he's going to be even more amped up than normal for UCL final because he's going to want to leave on a high. So who do you think has been who do you think is better right now? If Liverpool should prioritize getting the ball more to Mane or Salah?
I'm gonna say Mane. I think that's out of the question. They should give their ball to their best winger, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I would give it to Mane instead. Yeah.
I mean, Mane's gonna play central anyway, but because he's done a really good job of adjusting to that
Diaz
role.
on the left.
Yeah, so Luis Diaz, obviously, he's been a fantastic signing for them. Just another good recruitment by Liverpool that they've shown. That's why they've become one of the best teams in the world. Would you say he's signing of the season because the impact that he's made since January, or do you have maybe another
for the winter window? I would say so. Yeah, he's definitely the winter window signing of the season. I mean, they did the recruitment. I mean, us as a group, including Nick, have obviously seen him how well he's done especially in the qualifiers for the World Cup, early on in the year. I guess late of last year, and seeing his dribbles completed, where it was 14 out of 17. He's putting up Neymar numbers, and we're like, wait, who is this guy? He plays for Porto, we didn't really know about him. And then the hype started growing up, and then Liverpool were already on the case. So I'll definitely say that's time.
Yeah. So we're gonna let's do a combined 11. I was gonna put the link, but I'm too lazy to do that. So I'll combine 11 between the two. So in goalkeeper, who do you have?
Courtois.
I'm going Allison. Do you want
He's
to
a
make
better
your case?
keeper.
Do you want to make your case for Courtois? Like,
I don't really have to. It's just Courtois. It's just someone who I would rather have than that.
I mean, I think when we were Allison, I guess it might be like the eye test, which I hate to use sometimes. It's like I see Allison, I just like the way he makes himself in like in 1v1 situations. I think he's the best goalkeeper 1v1 situations. Like
Because
the
he
way he
makes
comes
himself
out of
bigger.
yeah, that makes him a little bigger. The way he comes out of the net, his ball distribution is elite. I know last year he had like a pretty bad season for his standards, but the way he sets up this year, like the way because Liverpool plays such a high line, like they play the highest line in the world, and the way they still don't concede that many goals because Allison is just so comfortable back there. I feel like if they lose him, like it'd be a big loss as opposed to like maybe Courtois because Lunen's a backup or something.
Also,
I
still
don't
a
know.
big loss.
Yeah, which is still a big loss, but I don't know. I just think Allison just like this might be the eye test for me because like he might be like top 3 goalkeeper I've ever seen just like off eye test. Obviously, like he still has a
Of
lot
all
to do.
time.
Maybe like in the modern era, like just like in the like
Okay.
last 10 years.
But that's
Obviously,
nuts.
like if you go back in time and stuff, but like
Yeah,
just like the
but
last 10
I mean,
last 10 years.
I mean,
Yeah.
they are top 2 right now, so I can agree on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, I also throw Mike Minan's name in there, but he's do something in Europe next year. But
Yeah.
domestically, that guy's insane. But yeah, I don't know. It's Allison just might be that. Yo, it might also be because De Gea is my goalkeeper, and I just see Allison come off his line so much. That might be
Yeah.
why. That could also play a part of it. But Courtois, like I said, is good. But I think Courtois just like I think there's one weakness is the way he just opens his legs. Like gets like sometimes like he has shot
Oh,
saving
trust me, I know.
weaknesses. Yeah, you would. Yeah, obviously you know. And we saw it like against PSG. Mbappe took advantage of him.
Yeah.
So it could have been a lot worse. Right back it kind of picks itself for real.
Yeah, Trent.
I mean, I've been quoted saying Madrid needs to get a right back ASAP, Pedro Porro, but I guess he's saying that's Sporting. But Carvajal was decent in the semifinal though against
Yeah,
City in the
did
second
job.
leg. Yeah,
That's
he
all he
did a
has to
good job.
do, really.
Yeah, and he's going up against Luis Diaz, which is a mismatch. So Carvajal
Yeah.
is not he's very rash, so he might concede a
He.
pen or something.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna give him a pen, but I always think that like he wouldn't really go too far off his line to the point where he passes Modric like up the field, and then Diaz just gets a through ball. So that's the thing I'm worried about on the right hand side.
That's why playing Valverde is key because Valverde will help
Right.
kind of also because Robertson will be overlapping like a maniac, so there's that too. Center back Van Dijk obviously is in there.
Van Dijk, Alaba, Van Dijk.
Okay, and then the other spot would it be
Militao.
versus Militao or Konate first.
But I do
Militao has
highly rate Konate though, so that's no disrespect to Konate if I'm mistaken Militao.
Militao though he's on like on what's it called like a fraud watch a little bit because he was terrible against City in my opinion.
He was.
Especially that first leg. So I hope that like he steps up in the final to one game. So Madrid, the one thing Madrid don't have like they've had in the past is the benefit of the 2 legs, and they're not the Bernabeu, so they're gonna have to make sure they play a fairly perfect 90 minutes to beat Liverpool because that's what it takes to beat them. You need to play perfect for almost like 89 out of 90 minutes. And the left back Robertson or Mendy.
Very easy, Robertson.
I think the midfield. Okay, DM first. So 2 Brazilians, Fabinho versus Casemiro.
The better Brazilian DM, Casemiro.
First. I'm probably gonna go with Casemiro now because I think Fabinho's been terrible the last couple months, and I think one thing I'd say with like Liverpool and City, I think the biggest difference. I'm also tweeted this. I retweeted was Rodri and Fabinho, like the difference between who won the league or not.
Yeah, I agree.
Because of how good Rodri was this year, and Fabinho was like terrible in a couple of games that Liverpool dropped points, like the Chelsea 2-2, he was horrific. The Man City 2-2, he was horrific. So, yeah. And then the other 2 midfield spots, I've been going Modric and Thiago.
Yeah, Modric and Thiago.
That just picks itself really. And the front 3 is okay. So striker's Benzema. That's out the question.
Right.
Right wing is Salah.
Valverde. Yeah.
Really?
Valverde. No. Sorry. That's not my choice. I was just saying who's on the right wing.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Salah.
so the left wing, I'm gonna make it Vinny versus Mane.
Uh, yeah, Vinny and Mane. Yeah.
Who are you going with?
Vinny. Sorry, it has to be Vinicius Jr.
I'm going Vinny too because that's my boy. I mean, I like just
Same here.
the way he's been these. I was calling him out last year. So
Yo, word.
I like seeing people prove me wrong, especially players that, like I don't like have a dislike towards. I just like see how it is. So obviously, if it's someone I don't like, then no, I don't want to see him succeed. But with Vinny, I'm glad that he like lived up to it. And in a way, I know like Madrid lost on Mbappe. Like having someone like Vinny will help kind of minimize that loss because you still have a top three winger in the world and someone that could potentially be the best in the world at some point because the way he's playing right now. He's only like 22, I think, 23.
Yep.
He's still so young, and the future is amazing for him. So yeah, it's pretty much the combined 11. I think most of it's Liverpool because they do have the better team, of course. But like I always say, in games like that, in games like this, X factor is what breaks through for you. And Madrid, what got them to the final is that they have three X factor players, and Modric who could change the game on the flip of the switch with one pass. We saw it against Chelsea, um, and against PSG. Vinny can also change it. I mean, his goal against City was one of those on the away leg where he not Fernandinho sent him into retirement. That's another instance. And Benzema, of course, has been the X factor player all year. And Liverpool, on the other hand, of course, also have their X factor attackers. So just a full game of
Right.
superstar power, and it's gonna be a much better game than one in 2017. I think. I
I
hope
think
at
so
least.
too.
I mean, obviously, that game is always gonna be remembered as like the carriest game, of course.
Yeah, carries on the Bale game.
Yeah, because Bale scored that wonderful goal. Mane scored in that game too, but obviously Salah's also most likely gonna play a full game this time. He's not gonna only play 17 minutes. That as
Yeah,
well.
hold that.
Unless Militao decides to go into his Sergio Ramos bag and tear another shoulder.
Hey man, maybe Ramos has him on WhatsApp and told him what to do.
You never know. He's also gonna be at the game tomorrow, so.
Is he actually?
I mean, he has to be. It's in Paris and.
I mean, he doesn't have to be. He could be home with his kids or at some Met Gala. I don't know.
I know,
But he probably will be.
Yeah, I mean, freaking Steven G's pulling up, bro. CVG's pulling up and everything.
Oh yeah, I heard him and Klopp had a pint yesterday or today.
Yeah, McManaman, Carragher's already there with CBS Sports and everything, so
Yeah,
it's gonna be a lot of stars gonna be there. Mbappe's gonna be there as well. He said he's
yeah.
winning for Madrid. I don't know how happy Madrid fans are about that, but hold that anyway.
They keep crying.
Yeah, I'm sure Hakimi's gonna be there, the ex-Madrid player as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big weekend in France. I mean, Monaco's not in France, but it's like right next to it. The Monaco Grand Prix.
Yeah, let's be honest, it's the same thing.
So yeah, so it's a big week. It's a very popular weekend in that side of Europe. But yeah, let me get a score prediction from you.
I'm going to say, I'm gonna say 2-1 Madrid.
Who scores?
Who scores? That's tough. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say Casemiro and Benzema.
Casemiro, Juve type goal?
No. I'm gonna say it's like some really dumb deflection off a corner, and then he manages to get a boot on it. I feel like one goal has to be like that. There has to be one jammy goal. Yeah,
that was the last good UCL final, by the way. Like I know, obviously for you, like last year, but in terms of like neutral perspective, like that
Juve Madrid.
Yeah, that might have been the last good UCL final. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, well.
For most of the 90 minutes, obviously last year you have like yours. Obviously, that's gonna be the best UCL final of all time for you.
Yeah, of course. Second,
yeah, but in terms of like just neutral perspective, just for watching 90 minutes. Because also last year I was stressing that City would win, so that wasn't fun either. But that Juve Madrid, because you had the goals as well. You had the Mandzukic goal, which obviously you were fucking probably running around your house
naked. Yeah,
Modric assist to Ronaldo, that nice little back heel, the first time pitch for Ronaldo. Casemiro's goal was incredible.
Yeah,
so that was a wonderful final. But I'm gonna go 2-1 as well, and I'm gonna go for the storyline because I love narratives and everything. Because I've been seeing Hazard picks and everything.
Storyline Hazard winner. Yo,
storyline Hazard winner, bro. Storyline Hazard winner.
Yo, oh my god, you're seeing very lewd pictures of myself on the group chat. Nah, get out of here, bro. Are you kidding me?
Bro, he loves playing against Liverpool. That's one of his
Yep.
favorite teams to score bangers against.
Yep.
It's just
He
like,
feels
yo,
150%. He said,
his UCL legacy is very, very bad.
yeah,
So this is
horrific.
the one. Oh, also Bale, like in 2017, wasn't doing anything that year, and he just popped up, scored 2 goals.
Yep.
Anything could happen in the final. Bale might also come in and score a goal. Who knows, man? Maybe Ancelotti's feeling what's it called? Nostalgic.
Yeah.
You never know, man. Just off the bench, you get 5 subs, man. And if Madrid need a
True.
goal, just throw it all out there and just put
Yeah.
Hazard on. And let him do his thing.
He said he's never felt better in his career after a surgery. So,
fuck it, man. Let's go nostalgic, bro.
yep.
I'm gonna get 2-1 Benzema and Hazard. And for Liverpool, I just feel like Konata's gonna score a header off a corner.
I think Diaz is gonna score a goal.
That could be 2. Yeah, I just think because Alaba is so weak on corners, Konate is so fucking tall. He's just gonna
and strong.
Yeah, he's gonna jump over. It's kind of like similar to that City game in the FA Cup where he just scored the bullet header right away. But one thing with Madrid, I got like they got to capitalize on that first 20 minutes because that's when you could get at Liverpool. That's their weakest point. Just go at them, and then after when the second half starts, sustain that pressure for 15 to 20 minutes because that's when they throw everything at you. It's that 20 minutes. So
agreed.
Hopefully, but I mean Ancelotti, his history against Liverpool in UCL Final, I think is 1-1. Obviously, that comeback in Istanbul. I mean, that guy's a low-key very fraudulent for that because that game gave Stevie G like a legit career. Because if he hadn't won that final, then he'd have nothing in his life. So hopefully we don't see anything like that. If that happens, I'm not watching football ever again, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game. I'll be watching in the car. You're gonna be at work. We'll see what happens. So
it is what it is.
I love Madrid though. That's all I gotta say. Hopefully your creation streak continues, and
hopefully,
and hopefully Madrid does. I don't have to see Liverpool claim a treble because it's as close to like as a treble as you could get. Not really, but
it's not really a trouble, but they'll call it a trouble. So what
yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they did win the UCL, so like it's a big part. So
yeah.
And then with the FA Cup, it's just the Carabao and the UCL.
FA Cup and Carabao against some crap club. Lukaku offside goal. It wasn't really an offside goal. Mason Mount tax, Wembley tax. It's really just the UCL. In my books.
But yeah, no quadruple for them. That's all that matters because then we'd be.
Thank God, thank you, City.
We'd be clipped. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty much it for that game. Well, obviously, we're going to talk more about it next week when the game happens and everything, more in depth about it. I mean, you're probably gonna watch like the game when you get back from work or something, just like to.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna rewatch the full thing.
Yeah, so we'll talk more in depth about it next week. But just good luck to Madrid. I just want to see Benzema. Obviously, Modric obviously gets. That's what 5
for 5.
5 UCLs. Ties Ronaldo for the most. I mean, any Madrid player that was in that team is just gonna tie
the original core.
Yeah, it's gonna be 5 for 5. Yeah. When Modric was that 5th, I'm just saying, what else is stopping him from being the greatest midfielder of all time? But yeah,
nothing. I mean, even if he loses, he's still the greatest midfielder of all time. I don't give a shit.
But just for prop purposes, we gotta.
Yep, 5 for 5. You kidding me?
When Benzema wins, that Ballon d'Or's locked up. Might as well deliver to him in May. There's no point of.
Yeah, I agree.
Locked in. I mean, it should be locked in anyway, but just to secure it, it's lock it in. And Courtois would be great. Hazard would be great for his legacy. I know, even though he didn't play an important part of it, it's still a UCL though.
Yep.
Especially, I mean, if he scores, then everything that happened in the past UCL is washed away, so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, with the laughing with Zuma, right?
Yeah, just win it, man. But yeah, it'd be interesting. Let's see what happens. What else? All right, so let's go talk about the Prem now. Obviously, last year the season was long. It was like 5 days ago. It feels like a week now, but a long time ago. The title race obviously came down to the wire between Liverpool and City. I know you weren't watching the games, but you saw like the alerts and stuff. What was your initial thoughts when you saw Villa go up 2-0 against City?
I was kind of, I want to say surprised. What was that? Ouch. My water bottle fell because the window blew it away. But I was kind of surprised in a way. I don't know. How'd you feel? Were you like nervous? I mean, I think obviously.
Nah.
Because I didn't really care too much.
It's peak, nah, bro. It was, when Villa scored, especially because I saw Coutinho, I'm like, I'm like, the script writers have gone crazy, man. I believe that league is so scripted. Like, you can't tell me it's not scripted,
Yeah,
man.
of course it's the biggest league in the world, so they have to make it entertaining.
It was like, I was just like, Liverpool can see within 3 minutes with Neto, and then they scored with Mane, and then it was like 1-1. So, like, Liverpool hadn't even clinched. Liverpool weren't even on top when Villa went up 2-0. That's a crazy thought. That's a crazy thing. Like, City were still actually going to win the title if those results held. So, and then I switched the game back to Liverpool because I wanted to see what would happen. I saw Wolves miss 75 million counter opportunities, bro. They were just countering, and just that final pass across the box, they always overhit it. I was like, okay, that's great. And I go on my Twitter and I see Gundogan scored. I'm like, okay. Once I saw Gundogan score, I'm like, City are coming back. That's what I thought right away.
Gundogan clutch dagger.
Yeah, once that first goal in, I'm like, yeah, they're coming back. Once I saw Pep bring on Sterling, I'm like, they're coming back. Because this guy Pep, man, overthinking everything, bro. Maybe that's a side effect of being bald. But this guy just overthinks everything. Fernandinho center back in a must-win game. Are you serious, bro? Like, the last time you put Fernandinho at center back was in 2019-20 season, and he finished 20 points off the top of the league. So let's think about how smart that idea is.
Yeah, it wasn't really that smart.
What else? Obviously, you didn't start Sterling, who I think is their most influential attacker. Didn't do that. They were just thinking it. They were dominating Villa, but Villa just had two good counter-attacking opportunities. But I guess the script writers also went brazy the flip way then, because Gerrard blew another title for Liverpool, and this time did it without even playing, which is hilarious.
Yep.
Because I saw Villa, they did not know. Their game management went out the window because they did not know how to close out that game. It was just embarrassing. And then Wolves and Liverpool did their job, obviously, with the Mo Salah goal. This guy celebrated like he won the league. And then the guy in the stand told him it's 3-2 City.
3-3.
Oh, you did 3-3?
Yeah.
Oh, because I saw Salah turn around after. He looked like pissed off.
Yeah, because like he thought he had his Aguero moment.
Yeah, so hold that. You don't got that juice.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know who I scored for them after that. The third goal, I don't care, to be honest. But yeah, just amazing for City. That's a self-made champions. That's why they have won the Prem 4 times in 5 years, and they're solidified themselves as the second best ever dynasty in Premier League history. They're coming for. They're still 7 titles off us, but they're coming for us, and it's gonna be peak because they're gonna catch up.
8 years.
They're catching up. I've very admitted it. It's peak in that aspect, and yeah, just. Good for them, man. I hated rooting for them because obviously I don't like them. But if the other side is Liverpool quadruple or treble, whatever, because if they won the Prem, then they completed the domestic treble right away.
Yeah.
And even if they lost UCL, they still did the domestic treble, which is still huge. So that's something we never done. So I don't need that, man. So shout out Man City, and then their fans stormed the pitch. That was crazy. They broke their own goalpost, by the way. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh wow, great! Congratulations.
Yeah. Smart idea. English pitch invaders are not good. Like I'm not against pitch invasions. I'm just against English pitch invasions because they don't know how to pitch invade. That's the
thing. They don't do it right.
Yeah, like in Germany, like they do it right. Like they don't care about like in England, they just want to fight someone. That's what they pitch invade for.
Yeah.
In Germany, like they go to the players and everything. I'm about to sneeze. But yeah, it was just like it was an entertaining final day as usual, but obviously I was stressed. On the top 4 was, when we saw Spurs were playing Norwich, we kind of automatically knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah, they weren't playing for anything, so it was very easy for Spurs to dominate them.
Yeah, I was just hoping that someone would actually have won the Golden Boot by himself and not share it with Salah. That would have been nice.
Right.
You know, he should have it because he scored 0 penalties. I'm just saying. But
yeah.
That should be the tiebreaker. Who scored the least amount of penalties?
More impressive.
But yeah. But still, congratulations on the Golden Boot. One of the best wingers in the world. Probably should have won Player of the Year, which we'll talk about in a little bit. About those Fugazi awards that they give because they missed on all 3 of them. So that was good for Son. Kane I think scored a goal maybe. And Kulusevski, who rivaled Diaz for signing of the season in terms of winter because he's been incredible since coming from Juve. So yeah, congratulations to Spurs on top for UCL football. your manager will stay now, and we'll see what happens. I think Romano confirmed it today that he's like fully committed to next season. So
Right.
we'll see what happens in the summer. Still got a long time for that. And then what other race was there? Relegation. Burnley are gone.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I mean, I want Leeds to go down, but hold that Burnley. We'll see in maybe 5 years.
yeah, Vincent Company is their new manager though. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, he did a good job with Anderlecht. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I think I actually no, I'm not even gonna try to make stuff up. I don't know what to think. I don't know if it's a good thing or not. To be honest with you, uh,
I
I mean, it's a good person to have in that locker room. Definitely, like
yeah,
someone one of the best Premier League center backs of all time. Very good vocal leader, a fantastic captain, Premier League winner. He's very proven in England. But yeah, I don't know. We have to see.
yeah. I mean, with Company, Simon, him, it's just like their finances are effed up. So um,
Yeah, if they
with
sell
to
Cornet
the job,
or McNeil or whatever.
they're gonna have to sell a couple of players. So Company should like no coming back next year. Maybe like 3 years. That's like your best case scenario for them to
Yeah,
come back out because there's a lot of teams in the championship ready to come up now. So yeah, that'd be interesting. Leeds obviously like we said stayed up, which unfortunate. No exhaust wanted them to go down because they're my rival, and also Dan Jay's relegation pack would have been amazing, but he stayed up. Rafinha had his nice moment though with the fans. I hate that fan base, but it was a nice
he's just happy
picture.
he's not going to Barca.
Yeah, they rejected the offer already. I think it was like
Yeah,
50 mil, something like that. Yeah, so Rafinha. I mean, because I think a lot of the fans questioned that he wasn't like committed, but he's the one that kind of kept you up. So yeah,
yeah,
but it'll be interesting what Leeds do. But they already got on the market. Jesse Marsh, fellow American, got another fellow American, Brandon Aronson.
yep.
I pronounce his name, so that's a decent signing. I expect. It's not obviously I'm not like a source or anything, but I expect them to go after a lot of Salzburg and Leipzig players. I think Marsh is going to use his links with them. Like a Tyler Adams, I could see going Leeds in a
That's
way.
interesting.
Yeah, and one other Leipzig or Salzburg player that's like expendable, maybe.
Yeah,
We'll see what they do with that because I think they are going to lose Calvin Phillips in Man City, so that's a
that'd be
big player.
interesting to see.
That's a good big player to replace. And if Rafinha does decide to somehow leave, and that's another player you have to replace. So
Right.
we'll see what they do. But as of right now, I'd probably say they are kind of like relegation favorites, like to go down. They're probably one of the teams.
Yeah, because they barely escaped it. So obviously,
I'm not giving them benefit of the doubt either. So
me neither.
like with Everton, maybe I could see it. Maybe like this was a one off.
I think they stay up.
Yeah, I think with Everton, you can say maybe this was a one off because they've had like history before. They've never been relegated from the Prem, so.
Right.
Um, but yeah, what else do we have? We have the Europa Conference League races. United should be thanking Brighton and anyone associated with that club for not being in Conference League. I'd also like to thank Brighton for not making me watch United at 12:55 on Thursdays against my random Greek cousins like in Tripoli.
Yep.
That's what I want to thank Brighton for because that would have been embarrassing. But I'm not gonna talk about the United Palace game because I don't care. All I gotta say is Ten Hag saw that performance live, so he can make his own judgments on that, and I hope he makes his own judgments on that. But Brighton beat West Ham 3-1. West Ham, I think they'll still be happy with the Conference League though. They're still in Europe, so
Yeah, it's disappointing that they didn't win the Europa League, knowing how far they
yeah,
went. But it's what we said in the beginning of the year. It's going to be very tough for them to be in all competitions at the same time without the really without that good depth. So we know this is going to happen. But obviously, I don't think we expected them to make the semifinal.
yeah. So they should be more mad about that than like
Yeah.
finishing seventh in the league. Um, I think it's pretty much for the primary races. So yeah, congratulations to Man City on another title. Um, hopefully next year. I was gonna say. I mean, honestly, hopefully next year. I don't know who wins. Like, I'm hoping Chelsea win it or like Spurs win it or
Yeah,
something.
good one. Yeah, good one. Let's not do that.
Bro, I can't see another Man City Liverpool title
I'm
race.
good.
I'm so tired of those. I'm so tired of those title races. You speaking of Chelsea, you have your owners pretty much are confirmed now.
Yep.
That's pretty much done. So expectations, like early expectations for the summer, obviously, still got a long way to go. Are you
For
like,
the summer, I mean,
do you have high expectations like players, or are you gonna temper them?
I'm gonna temper them. I'm gonna try to not say the Neymar thing. I'm gonna pretend that doesn't exist, obviously, because that would be absolutely delusional. But obviously, that's still obviously something that could happen, but it's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna be a normal person. I'm gonna be a typical realist, Eric here. I'm gonna say Kunde and or Guardiola and probably a mid-range midfielder in Basuma or something like that.
First.
Yeah, and that's pretty much like a 9 out of 10 window for me.
First.
Pretty much it.
Um, yeah. Okay. And then the awards. Player of the year was KDB. What are your thoughts on that?
I think he deserves it. It was either gonna be him or Son. So
First.
I think can't walk away with that one.
Yeah. And young player of the year was Phil Foden. What are your thoughts on that?
I didn't really care. Who are the other nominees for that award again?
Saka, Trent, because he's still available as a young player. I think Mason Mount was in that.
Never mind. Yeah, I think Foden won it.
I mean, I thought I should have gone to Saka, but
Yeah, I guess that doesn't really bother me too much that Foden got it, but
I just don't remember Phil Foden doing anything special this year. I'm not
neither
gonna
do I.
lie. Honestly, since January, I don't think he's played 5 games. Maybe I don't know. I just don't remember. I remember him scoring against Madrid in the semifinal, but that's UCL. I only remember UCL moments from him. I don't remember anything in the Prem. But City have gotten that PR now, like in terms of the media. So
Definitely.
and Liverpool, of course, are always favored by English media as well. Which will to now Jurgen Klopp won Manager of the Year. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's ridiculous. I feel like they just gave it to him to like make him shut up. They're like hey, you complained every single match week, so here's one thing they can walk away with. I think it definitely should have been Eddie Howe, whose job was to get them out of relegation, and he almost got them the top half of the league, in the 11th place spot. And if it wasn't him, you just give it to the league winner, which would be Pep, which is pretty obvious. But yeah, I think that was just a pity award.
Yeah, I echo those statements. I just like yeah, with Klopp. I mean, he didn't like they didn't exceed expectations because they were expected to be in the title race because they got all their guys back. So they didn't. So it didn't exceed expectations. They didn't win the league. So like, I just don't get it. Like Eddie Howe, like with Newcastle, they had 0 wins when he came in, and then he took them to was it 11th or something?
11th,
Maybe
yeah.
they almost finished top half, which is incredible. And I think next year they're ready to push for Europe, based on the names I'm hearing that they might sign. So there's that. David Moyes still did a good job with West Ham. Pep obviously won the league. Conte with what he did with Spurs when he came in, got them top 4. So I just think like there's so many managers that could have like deserved it. Potter, what he did with Brighton, got them top half, their best ever finish in Premier League. So there's just like so many more managers, but whatever, man. I guess give it to Klopp is what it is. I'm not gonna like complain too much about it. It's just weird move. And then any other transfer news? Oh, Serie A, I actually forgot about that. Milan are back on top. The Kings of Serie A once again after a long, long time. So big up to them in that aspect. I know not a big fan of Milan, but
Yeah, I mean it's good to see historic wise, but obviously I want the Inter to win it. But in the past few months, they almost let it slip out of their hands, so it was theirs to lose, and they did lose it. But yeah, I am remembering that Milan derby where Giroud scored that amazing goal. I feel like that was obviously the title winner, and I'm glad that he someone like Giroud, who I love very dearly, it was someone to contribute to that league. So good for them. I'm happy for Giroud. I'm happy for Fikayo Tomori, absolute legend, and yeah, good for them.
Yeah, I also want to big up Rafael Leao, MVP of Serie A. Incredible
Oh
player.
yeah, and Leo, someone who rated for quite a while. We both rated for quite a while. Phenomenal player.
I've said this in previous streams. So Fernando Santos, I dare you, man. I dare you. I double dog dare you to start Diego Jota over Rafael Leao in the World Cup, man. I swear to God. Bro, we're not Leao, Ronaldo, like, I don't know, plays off the right. Otavio, Rafa, Bernardo, Felix, whoever you want to play off the right, man. Just like, it's a decent front three. Like, play Leao. That could be an X factor. That's one of my X factors for the World Cup.
Same here.
That's an incredible player. So big up to them. Big up to Zlatan as well. I know Eric. I know you're not the big
No,
fan,
I'm good.
but I listened to those speeches. Um, I'm not gonna talk about anything like playing wise because like he didn't do anything playing wise. I'm not gonna like big him up for that. Just like I think his mentality is like clear that his mentality has been placed all over that squad, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, I think with Zlatan, like his mentality is all over that squad, and what's it called? It's just like influence. I'm sure you've heard the speeches that he did after.
I did.
So like it's just like it was incredible. I value I respect him as like a leader in that locker room because like he said like he came in and he did say he believes me not going to Serie A. And when he said that people didn't believe him, I didn't believe him because I didn't think that club was ready.
Me neither.
So yeah, it's big good job by Stefano Pioli as well because he almost got replaced by Ralph Ragnick. And as someone that's have now experience with Ralph Ragnick, I mean I will not have won the Serie A with Ralph Ragnick in charge. So good job by Maldini, who might also still leave this summer, by the way. I'm not sure that.
I did, yeah.
So that'd be sad for them. Gazidis, who used to be at Arsenal, and Arsenal fans hated him. He's now a Serie A champion as well. So that's kind of hilarious. Maybe he wasn't the problem, but yeah, just good for Milan to be back on top. Or I mean, I know Serie A's not like they're in Italy. Like with Serie A, that's mostly known for Inter and Juve, while UCL is the Milan. That's their heritage, but Serie that's where they start. Maybe this is where they start the new era. Whatever happens with the new owner situation, if they ever get ball out and stuff, be interesting. But yeah, it was nice to see a Milan title race, a legit one. All was good. Hope we'll probably see it again next year because.
I think we'll see it again next year. Yeah, I agree.
They're gonna upgrade. Ronaldo Sanchez is most likely coming to Milan. So that's a good
Milan
sign.
to replace Cassie.
Yeah, that's a good player. They still got Benacer, Tonali. Leao is untouchable according to Maldini.
Yeah, even though these costs $150 million, they find him as he's not leaving. So
yeah, I mean, unless the team, if team comes and pays $150 million, man, fair enough.
Yeah, well, they have agreed to personal terms for Leao, and he might say no unless it's like a superstar club.
I think it's PSG. I think the only club that like if you go to like PSG,
yeah,
or Madrid, come call and put that doctor to call. And they need to go sign a right wing. That's the one thing I gotta tell them. They gotta go sign a right wing. Like that has to happen.
The market's a little slow.
Nah, but they can just go get like Berardi.
Like, that's true.
He's out. He's like, he's Syria. Just go like within Syria. Just pluck out a right wing man. Just go get Berardi. Give him wages. I hope he can't be worse than the previous player you've had. And he won Syria with that. So literally,
right.
Nowhere to go but up. And then what's it called? And what else? Oh, the Conference League final.
Oh yeah, great final. Great final.
Congrats to Jose, serial winner, 5 out of 5 European finals.
Yep.
I know Conference League for someone his stature of a manager, but that guy treats any trophy like it's the biggest trophy ever he's won. So that's what makes him so good. And I said this on Twitter, I'm like, you give Jose a group of warriors, because that's what that Milan team, that's what that Roma team played like. They played like a bunch of warriors that day.
Yeah.
They were doing every dirty tactic in the book. Tammy was winking when he went down. They were taking the ball to the corner flag at the 80th minute. They're Maldini, Smalling played like Maldini. Like that's one of the greatest center back performances I've seen in the last 5 years. Like just individually, like just looking at it, that guy was impeccable.
The entire back three was phenomenal. It was just absolutely insane.
Bañez, Mancini, Zaniolo, our boy from day one, got the goal. I cried real tears seeing him. I was crying real tears seeing him score that goal.
No one deserves it more than him.
Yeah, he deserved it. Just like great for the city of Roma. I always like Roma because they've had a bunch of great players over the last 10 years. So I like clubs that give like homes to my great players. So like Holivas, Dorosides, Manolas, obviously with that Roma moment, that's iconic. So, and Roma's a big club in Italy.
Yeah,
Totti's one of our favorite players ever. That's the icon of the game.
Yeah,
it was nice to see him there, seeing them win a title, and they're in
Yep.
Europa League next year. Not, I'm not gonna say a favorite, but like you can never bet against Josie in a tournament. That's the one thing I'll say.
Knockout stages, definitely.
So, yeah, and they're
Yeah.
probably gonna spend a couple more money in the summer too. So,
Yeah. We talked about this, but I did obviously want Feyenoord to win because didn't really want to see Tammy Abraham lift that. But I mean, that was obviously kind of a joke, kind of. But as I was watching, I was really seeing that the chances that Feyenoord were fluffing. And after the Rui Patricio saves, I'm like, it kind of shifted to like, yeah, I mean, like, let me keep rooting for the team that actually does deserve to win this title. And that was obviously Roma at the end of the day.
yeah. I'm really Tammy. You've seen him listen you've seen him listen UCL. So, and what's a conference league trophy at this stage?
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's a community shield.
So yeah, it's
That
like
was from my club, but whatever.
But I know, but so yeah. So I mean, Tammy, good for him as well. Like I texted that guy should stay at Serie A because the fans of
You
Rome
should
love
definitely.
him. They treat him like it's kind of similar to Jekyll, man. Just stay there and just like let that be your club.
Yeah.
Let that be your club and just embrace them. There's no point in coming back to England, man. Prime hype, bro.
Yeah, you have nothing to prove here.
Their narrative, bro. Just say we're like with Lukaku. That was a mistake. I mean, I know he wanted to prove something at Chelsea because he wanted to, but he also didn't want to leave Milan, Inter either. So they embrace strikers over there. Jose is a striker whisperer, and I think like with Jose, he found the perfect club for him again. Because I think he's done with the top clubs. That's done. Like you're already proven everything you have to do with the top clubs. Roma, I know they're never going to be as successful as that Porto team, obviously, but it's similar in a way that they're kind of underdogs and stuff. Like just build on there, and then next year in Serie A, try to get top 4. I mean, I think they could displace Napoli in that top 4. It's not that hard.
Yeah, without Insigne, they kind of maybe Fabian might leave, all that stuff.
Yeah, Osimhen might leave. Arsenal are still sneaking around bids for him.
Yeah, good luck with that.
So, Koulibaly might also leave as well, and that's like their.
Oh yeah, hopefully not Chelsea. Let's reiterate that. Let me say that live. So it was recorded and put on the internet. Hopefully, Koulibaly does not come to Chelsea. Do not raid Kalidou Koulibaly. Now, not for ever since I laid eyes on him. Ever since that own goal against Juve, which I remember like yesterday, like happened 5 minutes ago, that ended up winning Juve the league in the beginning of the year. I will never forget that. Absolutely not.
So yeah, you never know with them what could happen. Also like with Roma, well, that's next season, but yeah, going back to Roma, that's your fair nude. That Malakia. He's going Lyon, by the way, which hurts me. I saw the news.
Oh, it's to replace Emerson.
Yeah, that hurt me.
Unreal. Those low crosses were so direct. Like, they're like a sniper to like whoever was in the box, and it happened 2 or 3 times, and none of them could put it on net. They really let him down. He was a phenomenal fullback.
Yeah, that really hurt. I was like, damn, I really wanted him. Ten Hag was linked with him, but it wasn't. I guess those weren't strong links. But yeah, good job congrats for him for being in the final.
I'm glad we know who he is, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on him. That Stocks put in. I
right.
I'm tagging fullbacks. I'm gonna sign my. I gotta go sign my FM next year. Don't worry about that.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, anyone else from Fair Nude? Didn't really. That striker was terrible. That's all I gotta say with that. That striker was despicable.
Yeah,
Dressers. I don't know his name is.
But he was horrific. Reece Nelson didn't really do much.
Sinistera didn't do anything. That midfielder, Kokchu, yeah.
Turkish, yeah.
I mean, I say like speed, dog.
Oh yeah. Sounds like a male body part, but. Kokchu.
Yeah, I didn't really pay that much. I was trying to see if he would do something, but yeah. Fair just their fullbacks were amazing, and that one center back, Senesi, something like that.
So.
He was decent too. Argentinian, he's a pretty good player. But yeah, I mean, the Conference League did it was a nice display of the Conference League, and the trophy's a trophy. I'm not gonna play Celebration Police because I hate people like that. Because I saw the city of Rome after the game and at the Stadio Olimpico, and it was crazy.
Yeah, they deserve it.
And they had the parade yesterday with the broken Coliseum.
People like, wow, their stadium looks really bad. That was a good one.
There's some people joking about it, and there's some people that are serious about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, big up promo for that, and then it's pretty much like the seasons now. After obviously Nations League starts next week, but we're not really
Oh,
gonna
I
do
can't
season.
wait.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't wait to see like some of my players like do scouting reports, and I gotta go see this new Greek manager Gus Poyet. Oh God, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ!
I for one, I'm very excited. I'm more excited than I should be, which is not a good thing, as history may say in the textbooks. When Eric is excited about something, it usually goes very, very badly. So yeah, first game in the Stade de Poliud in Hajduk in Split, and I'm very excited against France.
Yeah, I just hope to see some new players like Sean, because I don't know, some players might be going on vacation and stuff, and some players are injured.
Yeah, you, you think France is gonna use their B team, which is arguably as good as their A team?
Uh, I don't know. I think most people are ready. I think most of their 18 is ready to play though.
Why don't they go to Cancun? Why don't they go to Monaco or whatever? Come on, man, have some fun. This isn't a big tournament. Come on, man.
Mbappe shouldn't be there because he's got business.
He really shouldn't.
He's got like transfer deals to do.
He's got some work to do. You gotta remember, man. He's like the authority in WWE, man. Like, yo, like you gotta be in the office too, bro.
It's the dude's
on the pitch.
You don't got time for friends. You don't got time for friends.
Yo, what if you're beating some meaty Croatia team 3-0 and Chouameni calls your phone and you're on the pitch talking to freaking Guardiola and them? Come on, man.
Ante Chouameni's calling on the phone, bro. He's calling from the sideline.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, he's gonna be yelling from Rosie and
actually no, Mbappe needs to go to France because he needs to go recruit Ligue 1 players. So he actually has to go to France.
He does, yeah.
He's got to go do some recruiting.
Unless he's there with Meyer, they're apparently friends. They went on vacation together. They met up, had some pictures.
That's why you need to play in that game. You need to see.
You know what? Yeah, maybe we do. Yeah, I'm buying that jersey, by the way.
Meyer
PSG jersey. Oh my god!
I need to cop a PSG jersey. I want to. I'm broke though. Yeah. So there's so many football jerseys I want to cop, but that's for another discussion for another day. But yeah, so we got Nations League coming up, and full transfer window is pretty much underway. So
yep,
got a lot of stuff for that. Free agents, I think, can start signing June 1st.
Yeah.
So
that's when all the contracts and they're open.
So that'd be interesting as well. Also, one time, Boubacar Kamara went to Villa.
Yep.
That move is just based on money. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna say it straight. That's just a money move. That guy wanted the bag. Fair enough. Get your bag.
You got it.
There is no ambition in that move from a sporting project wise, because you got Atletico calling you, and that's a perennial UCL club. So.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't really think he cares about the history of Aston Villa. I really doubt it. He doesn't.
Bro. No.
Let's be real with ourselves. But yeah. But I mean, maybe he does actually have some passion behind him, and
no, I'm not gonna say he's gonna come and he's slacking.
He's gonna go there to play. I mean, yeah.
He's got stuff. He's still gotta. I mean, he's gonna want to prove himself like a bigger move eventually after.
Yeah.
Because he's also gonna be in the Prem, so he's gonna be looking at those clubs. Because the Prem is the Super League, whether people want to admit it or not. That is the Super League now. It's every player wants to go play in the Prem. Mbappe in 3 years, if La Liga is still falling on this downhill that it's heading towards, there is no guarantee that Mbappe goes play for Real Madrid. Because if every Prem team is struggling at that point, which could easily happen, by the way.
Yeah.
Every time, City are going to be staying at this for the rest of the time now, in our lifetime, as long as those owners are there. Liverpool have stepped up and have established themselves. Chelsea, with the new owners, will try to be ambitious. Arsenal, maybe. Spurs, probably not. They're going to fall. Once Harry Kane and suddenly they're going to fall off. Let's not joke about that. This is their window now. And United, God knows what happens. That's just for another discussion for another day. But that Prem team, you're seeing 14th place Aston Villa give 200 bags a week to players with Diego Carlos. They just signed. And Diego Carlos just left to Sevilla that's in UCL next year.
Yeah.
So then go ahead.
When you do say that, when you say a 14th place Aston Villa, I mean they have had a bad season, but they are a historic club and you gotta remember they do have really, really good owners.
They're ambitious. I'm not saying that.
These owners are very ambitious. So this is obviously a complete catastrophe of a season for them, and they should be fighting for Conference League, Europa League. And I feel like if they do fight for Conference League and Europa League, Kamara is going to be very happy with the quote unquote project that he got promised to him. Yeah, so I do think they do deserve a little bit more respect. I mean, they are a big historic club.
Yeah, each like I'm sorry, like once you see the big six, like you're seeing these other
I know
prem
what you
clubs.
mean, though. Yeah,
Like Newcastle are gonna be in that big six soon enough. They're coming. It's
yeah,
obvious. I think Spurs are gonna be the one that gets displaced by them, obviously. Um, but Leicester, they had a terrible season this year, but they have ambitious owners, and those owners know how to build a club. They're gonna be back soon enough once they get rid of Brendan Rodgers. Brighton, if they keep Graham Potter, are gonna continue rising with that prem money. The more money they earn, the more money they can invest, and
yep.
they have a manager that could be world class one day.
Like Grant Potter.
What other team is there? Wolves are still owned by they still have all those Portuguese links with themselves. So they keep getting talent from the Portuguese league, like João Paulinho and links to them now. That's a great player.
Who knows? Porto might go there in the winter if they want to. They can do anything.
Yeah. So what other club is there? That's Palace. They're one of the best academies in England.
Yeah,
And they're
Vieira has a
and
project going.
And Vera has that project, bro. Yo, because these prem teams have been figured out how to work in the market too, and it's a shame because I hate it, but they've figured out that League Gun market is a gold mine. You
It
could
is
go get players there for so cheap, and then you bring them to the prem and you develop them yourself. Burnley had the right idea with Cornet, but it didn't work out. But they kind of had, and they were linked to Seiko Fofana, who's a great player, so they have the idea there. Palace linked with that Sheikh Decore guy, great player. That's a gem of signing to get that through because Gallagher's obviously going back to Chelsea. So yeah, man, the Prem's is like it's like La Liga's going after France and stuff like PSG. The Prem's coming. The Prem's coming to take all your players soon too.
yeah, true. Because like we have Europa League teams that are getting relegated, like Granada and stuff. I mean, it's really just those two teams in Madrid and Barcelona.
Yeah, because once Simeone goes from Atletico, that team ain't gonna be nothing no more.
They might fall.
They're
They
not gonna
might
get
fall
relegated.
to Europa League.
Yeah, so it's just Madrid and Barca, and Barcelona are not like nothing special right now. No offense to them, they can't afford to buy players. So why didn't we threatened by them? Madrid, yeah, but Madrid are gonna be what they call PSG and just like the monopoly. It's gonna get to a point where Madrid might just be monopolizing La Liga soon. It's gonna get to that point soon. So
I believe you, definitely.
yeah, like prem teams might not be able to come to Madrid and take their players, but they'll just go to all the other teams. They ain't
Right.
scared. They've done it now with Sevilla. They went to Sevilla. They plucked Diego Carlos.
Yeah.
Chelsea are going to get Koundé now. They came
Yeah.
out.
Hopefully that works out where Sevilla can lose their two center back pairings. But I mean, you can also like just as easy get two center backs like that are worth it or as good as them if you have good scouting.
Yeah, of course.
For the price they're getting, 80 million for Koundé and then 30 for Diego Carlos. That's 100 million in the bag. You can very easily improve your squad there.
Yeah, and then what other team? Villarreal, Danjuma. That guy's coming to the Prem in a year or two. I'm certain. I'm 100% certain about that. Europino, that's a player that might come to the Prem. United got linked with the Valencia keeper, the Georgian guy. I can't pronounce his name, but it's a very long name. But I hear he's one of the best under 21 goalkeepers. There's another Valencia team that used to be a great team, and they've fallen off the cliff now as well.
Thanks to the board.
Yeah, so a lot of and Serie A is also facing that issue as well soon, but I hope they fix it because I actually respect that league a lot more than I respect La Liga. So I love Italian football, so I hope they fix up over there because I want to see because those used to be the two best leagues in the world back in the day. So Prem and Serie A, so that'd be nice to see that again.
Yeah,
but, yeah. And Nick's not here, but we'll mention it really quickly. The Mane to Bayern. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a good signing. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be a good signing. I actually wish Nick was here to like really explain fully in depth why he's thinking it's a good signing. I mean, but I also do understand where he's coming from. It's not really a signing to really improve the team. It's a signing to basically, as Nick said, for Brazo to flex his tiny muscles. And I do agree with that. I mean, it's a headline signing, like a signing for the papers, a signing for Bild almost, a signing they can put on the headline of the news where a X big player is coming to X big team. I feel like a signing such as like a Borna Sosa or maybe another DM for depth or maybe some other right back or defender. I mean, I don't know about how the Mazarawi thing is going on to be quite honest with you. Yeah, But obviously, that's not really a big name that's going to go on the headlines, is it?
No.
He's going to prove himself on the pitch. But yeah, I do agree with both sides. But then again, Mane is Mane, and for a price of 30 mil on his last year of his contract is, I guess, a good thing. But I do understand both sides of the argument. Yeah, but again, Mane is Mane. What more can you say? He said we're gonna help the club out.
I mean, Nick's my boy, but I'm 100% against him on this. Like with the he doesn't see the need. Bro, like there's certain players that if they ask to come to your club, you just say yeah. Like it's just like mine wants to come to your club, so you just say yeah, bro. Like okay, so you have Sane and Coleman, but neither of them are better than Mane. First of all, that's the first thing.
Sane and Mane, that's gonna be fun to say right now. Sane and Mane. If I confuse it, just please allow me.
Nah,
Sane and Mario already. Jesus Christ. Sane and Mane are two kind of different. No, they are different players. So it's gonna be very hard to compare them because Sane is kind of that left forward, almost a 10 role in that left attacking mid because his passing ability and his blistering pace and him backtracking on defense. That's gonna be a big thing for Nick as well. Because I know Nick really appreciates Sane's defensive abilities on him being able to track back for open space, especially the high line in the Bundesliga. It's very important to have forwards that track back, and I don't know if Mane might do that.
he does.
If he can't,
he will.
Okay, well, fair enough, but we'll see how it's going to fare in the Bundesliga because it's obviously different and more intense there. But it's going to be difficult to compare them, and then Coleman is kind of on a different level to Mane in a way with the skills and the flair that he brings to the team. But in that aspect, obviously, I would take Mane over Coleman. But comparing Sane and Mane is very difficult. It's not really on the same boat.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying in terms of overall ability, I just think neither of them are as good as Mane, and like he's versatile where he can also play striker because Lewa is most likely leaving. Most likely, I'm not gonna say again definitively, but he's a player that he could play anywhere, and and Mane is one of the hardest tracking wingers in the Prem as well because that guy runs back all the time as well. That's why Klopp's team is so good because his wingers track back along with the fullbacks. So just like someone that you can't like. So like with the headline signings, that's not a bad thing in a way because every big team makes a headline signing. It just happens. It's just if your core is already good, then that headline signing is like the cherry on top. Like City, the Grealish was a headline signing, and in the end, it almost cost them, but they still won the Prem. So like he wasn't that good, but Mane's a better player anyways. It doesn't matter. But and Mane's like a humble player in a way too. Like he's not gonna come in and like disrupt the locker room and say anything, have an ego. Like that guy's as humble as you can as that comes. So he's gonna he just wants a new challenge. It's just like how it is. And
yeah, I agree.
And that Bayern team, I know we make fun of the defense, but defense is not what cost them in the Champions League this year. It's the fact that they only scored one goal in the quarterfinal.
Correct.
And their only proven goal scorer right now is Lewandowski. Kasani's a creative winger. Coleman don't score like that. Muller's, he's not declining, but he's like getting to that part of his career where he's not as a consistent goal scorer anymore. He misses a lot more chances. So where are the goals going to come from other than Lewa? Because Lewa will have his off days. That's where you have Mane. Because he comes in because he's a proven scorer. So it's just like it's a perfect signing for win-win for both sides, in my opinion. And you're going to have a player that might be coming off of UCL. So you add that to the locker room.
That's true, yeah.
That's starting for, not starting for the Champions League, but that's your ambition every year is to win that Champions League. So it brings that hunger back. You have someone that you just have someone that won that Champions League. You're going to see him come with his medal. You're going to want it. That's hungry. Right. And one thing I'll give about German players is they're always hungry for success. Ruthless. They're ruthless. We all remember those pictures with Hansi Flick and Kimmich after that Barca game where they just looked unhappy after beating a team 8-2. So, yeah, and you're bringing in Gravenberch, who's going to want first, he's gonna want to win a Champions League. He's a young player. That has high potential. He's gonna want to win something. Mazarui as well. Whoever else they sign, I don't know if they're gonna sign anyone else, but maybe a Rashford. Hoping, not joking. But that link was hilarious. But yeah, it's a good sign in my opinion, and hopefully, for us, we hope it happens because it also takes them away from Liverpool. That's one thing. But even though I have no doubts that Liverpool will replace him just as swiftly. Because they know how to replace everyone. There's no irreplaceable player in that team. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And do you see the Eddie Nketiah news with the new contract?
Oh yeah, I did. Fair play to his agent. Fair play.
The bag. All respect
Yep.
for that. Got the
Yeah.
bag. Over 100K a week. We'll see how that affects their striker. Oh,
There are
by the
other
way,
players' wages.
Spurs are closely beating Chelsea and Juventus to the signing of Ivan Perisic after agreeing terms.
Hey, listen. Loyalty is doesn't exist anymore. I might be wearing that Spurs kit outside of the Perisic on the back. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Whatever, man. I'm happy for him. It's obviously the pull the manager there, 100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100. Yeah. Chelsea deals the Chelsea announcements also soon for the
Yeah.
ownership. Trying to see anything else. Mm. I'm not surprised it got announced today with Conte announcing his stay as well. Oh, also one thing, last thing, championship final, playoff finals this Sunday as well. Forest versus Huddersfield because I said Luton Town last time. Huddersfield. Do you think the mighty Forest come back up?
I hope so. That's one more team bigger than Spurs, one more team bigger than Arsenal, one more team bigger than half of the Premier League. I feel like, unfortunately, on the side, either of those teams are going to be absolutely scraping for survival from day one, unless they make very good signings. But hopefully they do use that money very well that they get.
Oh, my phone.
Yeah, no, you're good. Hopefully they use the money that they get very wisely instead of like usually these other clubs that just take it for profit. But hopefully they use it wisely and they stay up because it'll be nice to see a historic club like Nottingham Forest stay in the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean they did really good on the loan market this year, so we'll see if
They
they can
did.
that Garner, the Jet Spence. So maybe they have. Also, they're a brother club, my favorite Greek club, because the owner of Nottingham Forest is Greek,
Nice.
Maranakis. So
Very cool.
I'd be happy for him as well. That's
Nice.
one of the best owners of Olympiacos, so that'd be nice to see him have successful Forest. So that'd be great. I just love it's Forest. Like they did really good in the FA Cup this year.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to see them like come up. And like Huddersfield, yeah, but like I like Huddersfield, but Forest is like that's a heritage club, man. I want to see all the heritage clubs back in the Prem.
Me too.
Like I need Blackburn up soon. Sunderland are the championship again.
Yep.
So that's another step.
If Huddersfield come up, they're just getting 19th again. Like
Yeah, 19th or
from the
20th.
bat. Like no really want to see that.
I think Fulham are staying up next year. I'm not gonna lie. I think I think next year's the year they break though. They duck in a way. They got a Prem.
The yo-yo effect
with Marco Silva. It's a good manager. Obviously they're losing Carvalho, which will hurt. But
yeah,
if they get their investments right, and the whole came out Bournemouth.
Yep, great. Woo! -6 points guaranteed for the mighty Chelsea.
Scott Parker is your manager.
-6 points for Bournemouth and Newcastle, so you can take any point tally that you predicted for Chelsea -12.
So that's gonna be interesting with them back in the table. I think they're gonna get relegated. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, and the last team was Forest, but we're almost there, and then we'll see what happens. Also goodbye to Norwich City. I never see you again, man.
No.
Bro.
Hey. Goodbye.
First of all, get my Greeks out of that team. First of all, they gotta bounce. Gotta go somewhere else. Actually, no. Maybe a season in the championship for Zodis might be good. I'm not mad.
Bad. Yeah.
But yeah, Nudis should go somewhere else. Decent left back, bro. Just like I just hate that club, man. They're just terrible. Billy Gilmore, I'm sure, is happy to not be there anymore.
He said he wants to get sold if he doesn't get playing time.
I'll take him. Fuck it.
Yeah.
McTominay's fault?
No. I read McTominay, but not Willie Gilmore. No, sorry.
With 10 mil on the side as well.
With who?
10 mil on the side as well.
10 mil?
Yeah.
I don't know why I cut out. I'll call a bully and see how the expenses are doing after the Mookie Betts contract.
We're gonna have. Now you can join that club as well, like FSG and stuff. We gotta worry about baseball contracts.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Trade Turner again. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
For my club, Tom Brady's on retirement fee went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ronaldo salary went to that probably, but
we can save that for next podcast, the Boogie Down podcast.
Yeah,
by the way.
Yeah, make sure you
guys follow Boogie Down Pod.
Baseball, yeah. But yeah, it's pretty much it for today. Yeah, tomorrow UCL Final. We'll probably be tweeting from the pod account for that. Well, whoever wins. I'm not saying congratulations, especially to Liverpool, especially. That's not happening. I'm not tweeting that out. You guys tweet it, but I'm not tweeting it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'll get one. I'll be typing one word and I'll delete it.
Yeah.
So there's that. So good luck to Madrid. Hopefully they win it. Bring number 14 home. Numero 5 for Modric, Benzema, and etc. And then yeah, hopefully my storyline prediction comes true with
Yeah, me too.
With Hazard. That'd be amazing for the script writers, man. Yo, I know the UCL script writers are watching this and they're listening. Well, come on, man. It's simple. It's that simple. Let me hire for this. Yo, I'll be writing incredible scripts for UCL and Prime.
Yeah, dude, I'll be like Prime Vince McMahon. You kidding me?
That's my inspiration. That's how you know Will cooking. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's for socials. Make sure, like we said, the next podcast, follow that. Follow me. I'm _Griggs26. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check out the video I did with Statman Baines on Tuesday on the United Review season review, player review. Yeah, no player got above a 7, so there's that.
Oh, great.
Actually, no player got a 7 or above. Just put it at that.
Yeah.
Just that, and then more content on the way. Once United make some decent content, make some decent signings, then I'll bring their content back. Until then, they're on probation. As right now with their videos, and I'm gonna try to recruit a Liverpool fan for next week, to talk about their season. Cause I gotta do it after the final, obviously.
Yeah.
Because that's how their season get determined, and the money situation. And I'll try to get a Man City fan on as well for their season because they had a good season. And then from then on, it's just summer, so a bunch of probably more recorded videos instead of live streams, because that might get boring to the same live stream for the same topics. So yeah, and there's no. Oh, also we have that. When's that Italy Argentina game?
Oh, the Euro versus Copa America winner.
Yeah.
I think it's like in 2 weeks. 1 second. I'm so glad they're doing that, by the way.
Yeah.
Really cool. June 1st.
June 1st. Yeah. Oh, it is.
It's gonna be sick.
Oh, that's next Wednesday. Shit.
Yeah. Hopefully they take it seriously and do both their A teams. Hopefully like Messi shows up and stuff. But
the Italian team already got announced. So.
Oh, great.
Mobile's not there. So
yeah.
Advantage Italy.
Let's make it a good big thing. Let's make it serious. Because it's really cool.
Scamacca and Gabriello, please, bro. Please.
Yeah.
This Bastoni lockup session on Messi. Y'all ain't ready for
that. You know what? I low-key agree with you, so I'm not saying anything.
But yeah, so good luck. We'll probably record after that. So yeah, Forza Italia. Because
Vamos Argentina.
Yeah. Unless like Garnacho gets the permission for like Argentina, which won't happen. So
he's not. Yikes.
I mean, he's also 17, so it's fine. Also, he hates Messi, so he's never getting called.
All right.
So that's pretty much it. But yeah, and then follow United Journal. I just released my striker article for them.
Yes. Which
was hard to do because every striker on this market sucks. Charles Darwin's quoted for 100 mil, etc. What else? I'm gonna write an article soon on the player shift power in the world in football because we are seeing the shift in power with players.
Interesting.
Free contracts are increasing. Like Arsene Wenger said, like 12 years ago, he predicted this. So, congrats to him for that. Also, yeah. Also, one more thing, Paul Pogba with the Juve. Actually, no, I think he might get hijacked, so it's not official anymore. Never mind. Yeah, it's just his Barrow predicted it. Never mind. I was gonna say something about that, but yeah. I will say Pogba though because he's gone. So yeah. I'll say that. A waste of a signing, but pretty much it for that. And thank you for anyone that tuned in now. Anyone that tunes in, I'm actually gonna release this video. This one on podcasts because I haven't done that in a minute. because my laptop ran out of space, but I bought a storage thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Yes.